One of the Idea Pod members early on had asked a question if you ever felt as if you were a movie character or had felt like you had seen a movie before. And a couple nights ago, my girls and I rented Tomorrowland and watched it, and there is one scene in particular that really jarred me because it was as if I had dreamed the scene. In my dream a few months ago, I was piloting a hovercraft boat or boogie board in reverse around a series of pools. It was like in a canal and around like this circular pool with a island, a sort of island, and I was trying to find the people I was with at this water park in my dream, and I wrote about it. Well, a whole series of dream fragments I wrote about in Onair Muse, which is a poem I posted on Idea Pod, and I've been slowly working them into short stories as well. And it was just interesting seeing the images that I had seen months ago in my dream play out on screen in a movie. And also a lot of the other themes that was part of the movie is right up my alley, things that I've been writing about. So, and kudos to Disney. My girls clapped at the end. They really enjoyed Tomorrowland.
I like where the two dimensions like separated. It was a little like before the end, and I really liked how it just separated, and the two like dimensions, like the beach and the other dimension. I like that part.
The portal between the two? Yeah.
I think I like that one.
No worries to the film industry, even if I possibly can see scenes or parts of movies ahead of time. They're more like Dr. Seussian parodies than the actual film, and I would still go see these films anyway. The scene in Tomorrowland, there's a series of pools that are floating, and people are diving from one pool to the next, and at the very top shows a few swimmers in different colored swimming suits. There was one scene in particular that made me think about a dream I had. Like, I had seen the scene before, and it's the scene when Casey goes into, I think it's like the levitating train area, and she's looking around and there's a pool area. I will describe the dream that I had a few months ago. I was on a hoverboard and I was hovering over the water, and it was like a circular pool, and at one point I was looking for the people I was with. They were swimming, they were in the pool, and then also when I came back it was empty. I was like, where did all these people go? I was like, why did I think I was hovering, like in a hoverboard, kind of like it's hard to say, like a boogie board kind of thing, a hoverboard, and I was driving, and I think I was hovering, but also hovering backwards. So Casey's taking the levitating train around this area, and she's actually looking around inside the train, and at a few points she's actually looking back, and the train is going forward. So I'm like, well, maybe that was it. I just thought that was interesting. I was rewatching the scene in Tomorrowland, and it triggered another memory in a dream. I think it was the same dream when I was going back and forth between the main water park complex and kind of like the shower room or locker room. There was a part where Stephen King was talking with me, and he was looking for a room that was like a bathroom, and even in the dream I was like, why do you want your bedroom to be your bathroom? And there was just leaky water that could come into his room. And there was another part where I was trying to convince a lady that I remember more like, I don't know if she was blonde or yellow colored, and in my dream, because it's a water park, she was nude, so I was trying to convince her not to be so out and open. She was looking out a window. So in this scene in Tomorrowland, there's this woman who's dressed in kind of like an astronaut suit, had a yellow tinge to it. I'm like, oh, maybe that was it. And also when she close to a part, she gets back on like a train or a commuter levitating train with a whole bunch of other people. There are people who are sitting down in this train, and I was like, oh, well, maybe that kind of is like the bathroom. And there's a part in it, I don't want to have more spoilers in it, that has water in it. So I thought, well, maybe that's the leaky bathroom. So however, I was seeing this movie that I had never seen before, months before I actually saw it. Perhaps my mind was filling in the blanks with things I was familiar with what I was trying to conceptualize in my dreamscape. And I think a lot of that, when we are dealing with reality, we're filling in the blanks with our understanding of the known world, and also adapting to new things. So when we have something that's unknown or that we're inexperienced with, we use what is known to gradually adjust to new things. So linking between the dream that I had months before I actually saw the movie to the experiment of remote viewing or dream telepathy, to telepathy, or in a wandering mind that I started conceptualizing in the summer of 2014, before I even published the first installment later that year in November, is this idea that I'm applying as a writer of what if we had mind-to-mind communication. We would not need to rely on devices such as this one that I'm communicating through. And for the future of space travel, instead of going up and out, the future of it is down and in, exploring our inner spaces. And if we are able to create reliable communication that is faster than the speed of light, thought to thought, anywhere in the universe, if we can communicate reliably, then space travel, whoever is scouting out